How my grandfather got $10 million on his SIM card. My grandfather was always an ordinary, calm man. He lived in a small town where everyone knew each other and life moved slowly, like a river after rain. In his little house, it always smelled of fresh bread and herbal tea, and on the windowsill stood pots of petunias that my grandfather cared for with great attention. He loved his quiet, measured life. Every morning he woke up at 6, opened the window to breathe the cool air, and sat at a small wooden table to drink a cup of hot tea. Then he would take out the newspaper and read the news, sometimes chuckling quietly at the little curiosities of local life. In the evenings, he often told us, his grandchildren, stories from his childhood, how he fished at the river, played with neighborhood children, and dreamed of faraway adventures. But my grandfather almost never had money. His pension barely covered food and necessary expenses, and he saved a little for unexpected situations. His neighbors often joked about him. "Grandpa, didn't you ever dream of something more than a cup of tea and flowers on the windowsill?" "My dear ones," he would reply with a smile, "the most important thing is to have a happy heart. Money can't buy happiness." And then one morning, when everything seemed ordinary, something incredible happened. My grandfather checked his phone and saw a message that made his heart skip a beat. "Congratulations! $10 million have been credited to your SIM card." At first, he thought it was a joke and showed the message to his wife. "Anna, look at this," he said, holding his phone. "What?" she exclaimed. "Where did this money come from?" My grandfather called the bank, and they confirmed that the money was really in the account. He read the message over and over again, unable to believe his eyes. It was a technical error that accidentally linked his number to an old corporate account. But for him, it felt like a miracle. The following days were full of doubts and thoughts. What should he do with such money? He could buy any house, take a round-the-world trip, or get fast cars he had always dreamed of. But he understood that he shouldn't rush. The family couldn't believe this miracle either. The grandchildren constantly came to him, asking, "Grandpa, can we get new bikes? Can I get a dog? Can we go to Las Vegas?" Grandpa laughed at them and explained that money is a responsibility, not just a source of fun. To find out exactly how the money came, he contacted the bank. It turned out that an old corporate account, long closed, had accidentally been linked to his number during testing of a new fintech system. It was a rare technical error that made him incredibly rich. Grandpa decided to act carefully. He began buying things for himself and the family, but at the same time donated part of the money to charity, helping the school, buying books for the library, supporting neighbors in need. Of course, with such wealth came problems. Some people tried to get close to him, some relatives wanted to borrow the money, and scammers invented clever schemes to trick him. But my grandfather proved to be wise and cautious. He didn't show off his wealth publicly and didn't let anyone take advantage of his kindness. There were also funny situations. Grandpa accidentally ordered dozens of expensive items online. Delivery people were amazed when huge packages arrived, and the neighbors quietly laughed. "Your grandfather became a millionaire," they whispered. "Yes," he replied, "but I'm still the same old grandfather." His life changed, but he remained someone who could enjoy the simple things. He realized the most important lesson: money gives freedom, but happiness isn't in money. He became even more attentive to his family, friends, and surroundings. His story turned into a legend in the town, and he became an example of how to wisely use wealth. Even years later, when someone asked, "Grandpa, do you regret the money?" he would smile and answer, "The most important thing is to know how to use it, stay true to yourself, and help those in need." And so my grandfather, a simple man from a small town, received $10 million on his SIM card and turned his life into a true adventure without losing his humanity or happiness.